Hello, I'm Andy and I'm going to speak to you about an annual 2018 Your Love Story, and this is for you coming from Cancer. So let me first talk to you about the calendar year 2018. Now, there will be a group of planets that control the calendar year 2018. And it all depends on whether these planets are good for you coming from Cancer. And so I have good news to say that these groups of planets are going to be very active in a positive way for you, to feed you with good love contacts, to help you with your romance ongoing area, and to help you in your marriage areas. So you coming from Cancer have a very good foundation for your love story to do well in 2018. Now, what is important is to know what ages you are going to be in 2018. And that's something I do not have right now. That's something I look forward to having when I do a 90-minute Skype session, which will cost you USD 50, where I will have your date of birth and time of birth and look at your palms and face read you on Skype, even use Kabbalistic Tarot. Let's talk about that a bit later. Now, I'm going to give you some sample of ages to show you how ages work in certain calendar year, in this case 2018. Now, if you happen to be the ages of 20 or 29 or 38 or 47 or 56 or 65 or 74, you are going to meet some very exciting possibilities of a new romance. And your ongoing romance will do extremely well. The bonding will start to talk about long-term like situations to take it to marriage. And your marriage will also be very happy if you are of these ages which I've just mentioned for 2018. And so it's a lot depends on what ages you are going to be. These ages either will get along with the planets of 2018 or they will not. So that was a good sample age for you. Now I'm going to give you another sample age. And if you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75 in 2018, then you're going to be also very lucky and you're going to attract a new good romance. And ongoing romance and marriage situations will also be very lucky. So these two samples of ages are going to have plenty of good fortune so that your love story will be exciting and very stable. Now I'm going to give you some samples of ages which, if you happen to be of these ages, I have to caution you that a lot can go wrong in your love story. And if you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72 or even 81, then be very careful that you will be fed by these planets a romance or a few romance possibilities which will be very troublesome for you in 2018. So you'll have to be very cautious that way. You'll have to be careful to learn about that person. Don't give your heart away too quickly. Look behind the scenes. Ask people about that person's background. And another sample of these ages which I'm going to give you is that if you happen to be the ages of 22 or, the ages of 17 or 26 or 35 or 44 or 53 or 62 or 71 or even 80, then there will be a huge disappointment awaiting for you when a new romance comes knocking on your door. You'll have to be very cautious that this romance comes loaded with complications that are somehow or another going to give you a very tough 2018 in that new romance you find. And your ongoing romance will also suffer a lot of hardship in the sense that disagreements, whether to do with finances or whether differences can go out of control. And if you are married, I would caution you to treat your marriage very sensitively, and do not be a person who will be too pushy in everything that you do, because that can create a lot of tension if you are of these ages which I've just mentioned. Now, if you are born on the 2nd, the 11th, the 20th or the 29th in the period of Cancer, this is going to be, the 2018 planets are going to be ready to make it a very exciting period in the area of love story. It is going to be a very eventful 2018. And if you are born of these ages, if you are born on these dates which I've just mentioned, there will be something very special, very spectacular waiting to happen in 2018. So you see, astrology, Kabbalistic astrology works that way. It connects the ages and it connects the calendar year. And this connection that I've just given you is a spectacular one. So if you're born on the 2nd, 11th, 20th, 29th, get ready for a very exciting finding new romance. Ongoing romance will start to talk about marriage. The marriage situation will be very stable as well. Now I'm going to give you another series of being born on. And if you happen to be born on the 3rd or the 12th or the 20th or the 29th, I'm sorry, the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st and the 30th, I'm sorry, I'll repeat that. If you happen to be born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st or the 30th in the period of Cancer, then you are also going to find a lot of spectacular possibilities in finding a new romance which will become very serious and very good for you. And it may even talk about marriage, and your ongoing romance will also be very nicely positioned, and your marriage will be very stable. Marriage, of course, and romance depends a lot on compatibility. And the only way to find out is to have your full date of birth and your time of birth, and to have the other person's full date of birth and time of birth. And that way I will be able to check your compatibility while I do your horoscope for you in the 90 minutes that I do on Skype, which is based on your full date of birth, your time of birth, looking at your palms, and also face reading you and using Kabbalistic tarot. Now, there will be some good periods and some bad periods for you in 2018, and you coming from Cancer. I worry that firstly, in the period of March the 21st to April the 19th, you can attract a lot of trouble in your love story. And also be cautious that in the period of October 24th and November 21st, that's the period of Scorpio, you can also attract plenty of differences with people. And also in the period of Capricorn in 2018, December 22nd to January 19th, you have to be very careful. In these kind of pockets of periods which I've just mentioned, the months, you have to be careful that planets will disagree with the planets of 2018 and cause a lot of differences in your love story as well. Well, the only best way would be for me to know your full date of birth and time of birth and look at your palms while we Skype for 90 minutes. Yes, it's going to cost you USD 50, but I will tackle your next 5, 6 or 7 years in all areas of your life, not only your love story, your job, your business, your areas of health, and of course the love story area as well. I look forward to you contacting me on Skype or on Facebook, or send me an email, and let's get down to getting your next 5, 6 or 7 years come under full control and in all areas of our life for that. Until then, thank you and good luck.